In today's video, we're going to talk about the 5 ways that you can customize your glass packaging, whether that's flower packaging or topical packaging or any other type of packaging. I'm here with Vark. Vark, welcome back to the show. We've let him on another day. We're going to do a manufacturing deep dive. This guy's really one of the manufacturing experts here. Knows a lot more than me. So we'll start with clear. So we got clear, and maybe we can talk about some of the finishes, but this is an obvious one our audience knows, but just maybe talk a little bit about this, please.
Yeah, pretty straightforward. This is clear glass. Can't get more simple than that. It's wrapped with a label, a decorative label, but clear glass, right? We do a soda lime glass or a borosilicate glass, depending on the weight, the exact transparency levels, but the higher end glass is a borosilicate. Soda lime is a little bit less, but very, very hard to distinguish the two. So clear glass, first option.
And some print options. Forget about the lids in this video, but let's just talk about the direct printing. Is that a foil? Is that foil? Is that silk screening?
Yeah, so again, clear glass tincture bottle. And then we have, actually the way you apply foil is you print and then you wrap the foil over it, and the foil stays on the areas where you print. So you have the foil that looks really nice and clean, just like a hot stamping or cold foil stamping on printing. You have foil application, foil transfer, and then you have a nice silk screening printing on the bottom part to get the combination of an ink and a foil on the glass.
This is another cool one, just a label with, it looks like foil printed onto the label and then applied to the glass there.
That's right, simple paper labels, PP plastic labels, and then we also have baked on labels, so you almost can't even tell it's a label, but you kind of print a nice 4-color process pattern, and then you can actually bake it on. So these are traditional labels, but you can get a baked on label if you really want to get a nice image that looks almost like it's built into the glass.
One of the things that when you work with Contemplo specialty packaging, whatever print finish you're going for or vibe or aesthetic, we can then tell you how to achieve that. So I think that's a huge benefit of working with a company like ours who's done this for almost 5 decades, is whether you want that earthy vibe or that fashion forward vibe, you probably don't know, you definitely don't know unless you do it for a living, all the ways to accomplish that. But we can take your words and your vision and convert it into finished packaging.
We're almost at the point where we can say nearly 5 decades. I think you've got to be above 45. And Dad started in 78. Yeah, all right, so we can say now nearly for 5 decades.
Nearly 5 decades.
I like it.
All right, so option number 2, ceramic coating.
Yes.
Want to just talk about what the difference is between, well, translucent will be next. Let's just talk about ceramic coating, and we can show off a few options.
So again, if you want to have that really nice, opaque, we almost could say that the 3 terms, if you wanted to just talk about them in regular, is a transparent, right, clear, translucent, which we can talk about, and then opaque. So if you want that really opaque look, sometimes we actually do a powder coating or a spray coating, but this is ceramic coating. So again, opacity, really, really nice and dark. Most states won't allow you to have any visibility through the glass. So when you want that, you look for a nice ceramic coating.
This is pretty cool too. Another example of ceramic coating with is that gold foil or is that a metallic?
Yep. No, same thing. So really nice black ceramic coating on both these guys with a beautiful foil.
Here's another example of foil. This one looks more like that.
Yeah, foil layer. Awesome.
Take a look at that one.
Yeah, so this guy's a ceramic coated base, right? And then we have, this is actually 2 processes. You have silk screening, so printing. And then you have, again, you can do iridescent foils, silver foils, gold foils, and then we have almost any color under the sun. It's hard to match an exact Pantone color when you're talking foils, but we can get you pretty darn close. So if you want that sheen, that almost metallic look, we sometimes can call it, but foil will look like this, print ink will look like this on the base, which is nice and opaque ceramic coating.
Awesome. So opaque, you can't see through it. It's a specific PMS color. Awesome. Let's talk about the next category, which is translucent. So I don't know how technical you want to get with this because this gets into actual manufacturing, but what is the difference between a opaque versus a translucent? And then maybe you can show off a couple examples while you're talking about it.
Yeah, just to get it, make it nice and easy. This actually, sometimes you can make the base still completely transparent, see-through, perfect, like a window, glass window. And then we can have different levels of spray. So it's just a spray on. You can have some translucency. You can kind of see the shadows inside of it. You can see that there's product inside, but you can't exactly make out exactly what the product is, but it's got a really cool look.
This one actually has the label
on it. Put it up
on
against the light, you can have some beautiful effects to it. And again, translucency of any assortment of color you can get. On top of this, you can see a nice almost like a rose gold foil to match the metallic electroplated lid. Foil matching out with the lid, and you have this really cool, nice translucent and foil effect here.
This actually is the similar look to what you're showing, but that actually has the label on it. So like the peekaboo label concept, which is becoming quite popular. This is an example of it on a glass jar, which is pretty cool. So this is also considered translucent. This is more of like a frosted, but would frosted and translucent, would you consider that the same
Process,
family?
that frosted or milky kind of look to the plastic. Yep, absolutely.
Okay, and this is another example
glass.
On a tincture where you have the window here, and this window allows you to see how much oil you have left, which is a pretty cool feature. I think even more valuable if the package was opaque and you can't see through. You can have that little window to show you how much product you have left.
I think it's an underutilized feature in the industry too. It's very simple to do, and it's extremely valuable to have, and really, really good for the user experience, and of course dosage and levels and metered pipettes that can go with it. But having the peekaboo windows is huge especially for tincture bottles.
And when you differentiate your brand, those are 3 options. I'm going to show you 2 more. Differentiating yourself versus using a standard glass jar with a generic label, you are acting like the billion-dollar brands in other industries who understand that people make decisions based on emotion, buying decisions. It's not all logic. We're not all as logical as we want to believe we are sometimes. So copying how they think about building a brand, they've gone to $1 billion, you want to go there. I just think it's an amazing opportunity, especially in this industry where your hands are tied from a marketing perspective in so many ways. Packaging is one of the places where your hands are only partially tied. They're still largely, in some states, largely tied, but it's a great opportunity, way to differentiate yourself. Let's talk about the next category here. What do we call this one? It's opaque, but it has a pearlized finish. Would you consider this one a pearl coating?
That's it. Let's call it the pearl coating. That's right. Almost looks like a candy paint on some of the cars, you car heads out there. But yeah, having like a pearlized finish, a little bit less than the metallic, but has still some of that shimmer. I don't know if you guys can totally pick it up with the camera here, but another option, pearlescent coating. That's right.
Awesome. So this one here, is there any limitations to the ways you can decorate pearlized coating? Could I do like a foil stamp similar to this one, mixing and matching, or are there any of these base coatings that limit the additional decorating options that are available?
When it comes to this kind of stuff, it's a very good question. But no, we can get foil, we can get print, we can get ink, again, screen printing, different models. But yeah, you can get them all. It's really nice.
All right, and last but not least, Vark's favorite, because it speaks to him, is this beautiful pink package here.
I couldn't tell if there was a joke or something coming. Yeah, all right, good. I like it. I'm in.
So talk to us about this one here.
If you want to get in touch with your feminine side, like I often do, you have this beautiful metallic, right? You have the metallic electroplated lids, call it plating or electroplating, and then you have that on the base too. So you have, like I talked about, hard to match a perfect PMS color when you're talking about ribbon foil metallic, but you can come pretty darn close. So this is a really nice pink. We can match it up with your logo. You can match it up with the lid, which is actually a water transfer print, which we'll come to in another episode. But yeah, metallic bases all day. Awesome.
Beautiful. So think about if you're targeting a certain audience that would find that appealing. Let's say whether it's a female audience or whatever it is, you're segmenting and you're targeting a specific audience. And that's how the best brands do it. They don't go plain vanilla across the board. So that's super niche. That's going to speak deeply, all kidding aside, to a certain segment of the audience. And it's not going to speak to another segment of the audience, but that's actually exactly how you build a powerful brand. You speak to a specific audience and you don't go plain vanilla. So that's just one of the 5 options, but are there any others besides these 5? I think this covers generally, but any others you want to touch on?
Covers generally. I would say the last thing is actually looking at different color glass. So on that, you're a little bit more limited, right? You have traditional transparent glass, clear glass. You have, in the market, you see amber glass. You have the Heineken bottle green glass, that's common. And then you have an opalescent white glass, which is also out there. So those are the 4 main glasses that are easy to find. Of course, there's customization, but it comes with really, really big minimums. You know, glass making is not an easy process. There's giant facilities and huge machines and a lot of pouring and, a lot that goes into it. But those 4 base glasses are in the market. So if you wanted a green, there's also blue glass that's a little bit less common right now. But you have base glass, just to talk about it. It's less common. It's more high minimums, but if you wanted the green, blue, amber, or white, that is available as well.
Awesome, thank you. I'd love to end with this one. So how do we achieve, this one is becoming a fan favorite and a true showpiece. People say, wow, that's absolutely gorgeous and the most premium thing I've seen. I've gotten that feedback. Talk to me about this. This is, we talked about earlier, this is opaque ceramic coating, but then I actually see a electroplating. So is this clear glass, electroplating, then ceramic coating, then foil stamping on the outside? Is that a good summary of this here?
Getting good. That means our educational services are working. Yeah, absolutely. So you don't, it appears to be electroplated on the inside. We know we don't want to ever put anything where you could have any compatibility issues or it's going to interact with the product itself, the flower itself. So we're going to electroplate the outside of the glass. Of course, it's clear so you can see through it. So it looks like it's on the inside. And then as Mike said, you put ceramic coating over the electroplating and then a foil printing on the outside. So 3 layers, electro, ceramic, foil, and you get this beauty.
So even doing this for 7 years, I still learn and I still sometimes wonder, how do I achieve a certain print finish? And that's where I said earlier, whatever your vision is as a marketer, you want to build a brand of a certain type, tell us the vision in your words and we will implement it into specific features to make sure that you get the end result that you're looking for. Clark, thanks for being on the show and hope you guys enjoyed. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Like this video if you got value out of it, and we'll see you on the next one.
See you.